All right. Welcome everyone. So, if you weren't following along, we are in the middle of Tit versus Sambi match. This is a qualifying match. The winner of this best of 7 will go on into the final group stages and then the final 4 bracket. So, pretty sweet. Sambi's currently got a lead 3-2, so Tit is in a must-win situation. I've got game number 6 right here, so I suppose let's hop into it very briefly. And I mean very, very soon. I just have to hit some hotkeys. And then I go there, and voila, here we are. Let's start her up. Alright, so in the north of the map, in the color blue, we have Tit, aka Aiken, as he's known these days, playing Russia. And in the south of the map, in the color red, playing as a Civ Germany, we have Sambi. Sambi has really impressed me today, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not super involved these days. Occasionally I ladder, and I think maybe Sambi and I don't always ladder at the same time, so I don't have a lot of games against him. But I don't know if I necessarily would have pegged him as someone to be in one of the qualifying matches today. But I thought his play in the series versus Windy 120% was really solid. And he's putting up a real nice performance too against Tit, who's always been on the cusp of one of the top players, I think. So really enjoying his gameplay. I also think he's got good strategies. I think, well, he did an insane multitask to Windy, but I also think he knows the maps and the matchups pretty well, including the most recent matchups, between Italy and Malta and these sorts of things. So I think he's definitely putting in the effort for this tournament, and I think it's showing. All right, Age 1, they just kind of do the thing where they get the treasures, and you want to get the good treasures, and then you kind of run around and you kite them and stuff like that, and getting the mad dogs for the 40 coin and the XP and this XP and stuff. The nice thing for Sambi is that this 85 XP is going to expedite his 2 settler wagon shipment. Anytime in Germany you can get that card in a little earlier, it's great. Very powerful, equivalent to 4 normal vills. So pretty sweet. I just got to take a second to drink some water. Tell you what. Okay, that's funny. I've not used my voice this much in a day in a while, but I've been enjoying it. I haven't casted in a while either. This used to be something I used to do all the time, but I used to be in college and now I'm not, so maybe that has something to do with it. Ooh, nice little 60 wood. I love getting a nice little 60 wood there. Interestingly, Tit started market. You don't see Russia do this all too often, and I'm gonna be curious to see how when he ages. While it's nice to get an early hunting dogs, I don't know, especially coming in this late, I don't know if it's necessarily paying off. I don't know if this was completely funded by treasures either, I should say, but I don't know. These days it's hard to get an Idolist 14 with Russia. It's certainly very good if you can, but it doesn't look like that's in the cards today. So I don't know if he's just going to eat that idle time or... oh, wow, that's some loud music. Haha. Alright, thanks everyone. How's that? Bum bum dum. Bum bum. Oh, I did it the wrong way. Okay. All right, sorry guys. I got my mic slider and my music slider turned around, so this should be better, right? Is that a little better? Well, now we're losing a little bit of game sound, so let me let me decrease the background music and then turn up the game sound slider a bit. How's it? This seems good. This seems acceptable. All right. Okay. No, it's really 3-2. I was casting this series over on my channel, but now I'm back here on the big main stages of ESOC. I'm getting very nervous. I'm shaking and quivering, and my voice is, I'm getting all nervous. Just kidding. Very fun. Big jokester I am. So Tit is building a little forward war hut. Sorry, blockhouse. Oh, it's Sunday and tomorrow's Monday. That kind of sucks. Wish it could be the weekend for longer. But this is pretty typical with Russia. They like to build that forward blockhouse. So we can talk about this matchup a bit. So traditionally, this is probably supposed to be considered a German favored matchup. That's the thing, Sampu. It's 0. The number's 0. I'm just going crazy. I don't know. All right, so this is supposed to be German favored, and Kaiserklein plays this matchup really well, but I think you have to execute very well. I tend to lose this matchup as Germany NGL. But I don't know. We'll see how Sambi does it. Usually I like semi-FF, and then I lose my war wagons to just like a bajillion Russian infantry. So I don't know. I tend to get overrun, but you know, Sambi's here in the qualifying round, so I'd like to see how he plays it. Unfortunately, though, his herding is shite, I guess we should say. It's really poor. And that's kind of disappointing to see, because the early 5 Cossack shipment can definitely punish that if Tit kind of notices. And I mean, that's a very early Minutemen. That is a very early Minutemen versus Russia, I feel like. Not queuing a Vil or stacking a shipment. You know, it could be getting a little late here. And as Sambi said earlier in the game chat, he's kind of running out of civs, and this is a best of 7. It does take a lot of civs. I'd love to see some herding going. Love to hit that button on the Ibex. Hit that Ibex button, and yeah, gonna be shipping some wood now. But I don't know, with the Minutemen called this early, it's kind of it just gets kind of awkward. He's gonna try to raid. Interestingly, I guess Tit kind of anticipated this. So if we just turn on Fog of War, right? This is what good players do. He's active with his army, right? And he wants to get LOS across the whole map, not just where he's already got LOS here with his blockhouses. So he wants to, you know, he's just kind of positioning his Cossacks over there to intercept some Ulans, just double check on that mine, and etc. Let's turn Fog of War back off. I'd love to see Tit bring his hero in here and try to get the hero to snipe these 1 HP Minutemen. I don't know if that's a good fight for Germany. Yeah, it turns out it's not. It's pretty much exactly what you want to see if you're Russia. 4 Cossacks coming down now. Let's take a quick look at the build order. 5 Cossack, 700 wood, 4 Cossack. Very standard. Yeah, it's just real tough calling Minutemen that early, you know? And especially with such a delayed racks going down here. However, the racks does go down, and 8 crossbows are being shipped, but with that 4 Cossack shipment, it could be good for, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be enough to hold. We'll see, though. Do these Vils have great coats? Not yet, not yet. He does have this hunt herded in now, though, which is good. But I get the feeling, yeah, Sambi's down on Vils. I mean, we have to add 4 pop to this, so he really has 24 kind of equivalent pop of villagers, but Russia's soon to be on 27. So Russia already being ahead in the villager count at this stage in the game. is pretty big, and you know I think there's just been a lot of idle TC time here for Sambi, and some walls coming down now, but I'm not sure that. I don't know. It'll be interesting. There aren't any Strelets on the field, but you know this point of engagement is still there. And was that a settler wagon that went down, or just a regular Vil? Tit's feeling very oppressive with his army presence here on the map, and you know that's gotta feel bad as Sambi. Kind of a rough one here, but you know it ain't. Sambi had the craziest comeback earlier today versus Windy, 120%. Yeah, this is 700 food. Interesting choice of shipment, I guess. Does he want to make a lot of Strelets? I would have expected maybe 13 Strelet or 700 coin. Maybe just kind of get a lot of Cossacks out, but gonna opt for the 700 food. And you know, again, I'm just gonna go on to Tit's POV. I think he's simultaneously defending against raids and also maybe just wants to get this mill. So mills trickle food about 1 second per second. It's about a Vil, right? So a Vil is still traps, gathers more. But if you factor in idle time, etc., it's probably even better than a Vil because there's absolutely no idle time on that boy. And then it makes the cow sound, so that's pretty great. It also looks very pretty and has good structural support. It's a lot of bracing there. But you'd think that these guys would need to tie. You can't just have a hinge here. I doubt that this is moment connected with the construction materials of the day. At any rate, got some Strelets being made now, some Strelets being shipped. A little popped here. Probably gotta sell some coin. Yeah. So I mean, if Tit wins this game, and it looks like he's in a good spot. Russia underscored. So anytime Russia's about even scored, they're in a good spot. Granted, I think Sambi's losing some score because he's aging. But, okay, so if Tit wins this game, and he just kind of has to outlast the hunts. There's only one Ibex, really, that has any food left in him. Okay, two. There's two now. This one is still so far away. And so if Tit can starve his opponent out, right? Forcing a game 7. It's pretty crazy. Oh, this reminds me. Oh, you know, I kind of got to watch this fight, but I should probably publish my VOD so people can kind of watch the other series if they want. I mean, Russia's coming in here. I'm surprised Germany doesn't have a shipment on the way. I guess they sent too many cards in H2. However, he never lost his trading post. At any rate, this would be, I don't know, this is kind of risky if 5 DOPs were being shipped right now. But only 1 DOP is in queue, so Tit's totally fine to do this. But it's totally unnecessary for him to, I think. I think he could just kind of sit on this hunt. But 9 Ulans on the way, a couple DOPs trying to be trained. And could just be kind of going to be a desperation shipment here. For Sambi, I feel. Trying to get a good surround. Probably want to try to focus, I don't know, Musk, Strelets? No, yeah, not even Vadulons, and can't really afford it, and housed, and going for houses is a smart play. I think he's assuming that all of his Vils are built up in here. But at any rate, here comes the big fight. So 9 kind of colonial Ulans still pop, and I think this is going to be just a fine fight for Tit. Going to be kind of tricky picking out these Doppelsonders in the midst of everything, but doing a good job of it. Nice focus there, and good micro from Tit. And this is going to be an easy cleanup, and I think we're forcing a little game 7 here. But Sambi's not one to stop fighting. Yeah, are Ulans still XP donators, or did they get their 10 hit points back? I forget. This stable is going to go down before any war wagons even come out, and maybe we just kind of flood them in. That's kind of sad to see. And that's the end of that game. So unfortunately, just kind of losing some villas to some kind of early pressure, and not taking the best fight here with the 0 HP Minutemen and the Ulans versus the Ruskets and the Cossacks, and yeah, and you know, Tit just kind of snowballing that nice trade there, and kind of being very oppressive on the map against his opponent. So well played by Tit. And let's get those scores sorted out. 3-3, tied 3-3 in our first qualifier match. So pretty insane. We'll get this last game going up briefly. All right, damn, look how fast that was. Oh my God, I'm a pro. All right, we're hopping right the hell into game number 7 in this best of 7 match. So I love saying that. Don't get to say that often. In this qualifying match between Tit and Sambi. Excuse me, minor water break. So the winner of this game will go on to and be part of the final 8 players that'll participate in the group stage and final bracket for this $6,000 tournament. So pretty exciting game. I think this is our first kind of high stakes game, right? Like game 7, best of 7 to be one of the final 8. Pretty big. And you know, big props to Sambi. I don't know if a lot of people would think that Sambi, you know, think that they would find Sambi here in week number 1, you know, presumably filled with many of the strongest candidates, as we have only 4 weekends for everyone to qualify for the tournament. So the matchup is Spain versus France, so a classic kind of Nilla matchup. In the west of the map in the color red is Sambi playing France, and in the east in the color blue is Tit playing Spain. You know, I always get confused when the the Civ flag doesn't match the player color, right? The Spain flag is red, but he's blue, and the French flag is blue, but he's red, and I'm too dumb to. I'm not smart enough to sort it out without staring at it for 20 seconds. So, anyways, France 12-10ing actually. I was gonna say France doing normal things, but I mean, I guess the 12-10 actually is kind of normal these days if you get a good food treasure and stuff. I mean, it used to be more normal. You used to be able to do it without any issues at all, but he is going to have some idle time, but that's to be expected. But I really don't like this walking time. I really don't like that. But he's still going to click up at a real nice time, maybe like 2:15, 2:20, something like that. Love to see it. Love to see it. If you're Sambi and a French player, I guess. Kaiser Klein. You know, now I'm getting a little emotional, a little sad. Kaiser Klein said goodbye today. But he's one of the players I think that really understood France, how to play France, when to 12-10, and what to do when you do 12-10, and you know how to gain tempo as France, and these sorts of things. You know, as he would say, France when you're 12-10ing versus a 13 out of 20, or you know if you 14-vil, those are 3 different civs in some respects. You know, that's how differently they can play out. So I just wish that I had that amount of game knowledge in my head. For me, 12-10 is just kind of exciting, and like maybe you ship 3 Hus first. I don't know, but I don't know what 3 Hus accomplishes though versus Spain. They'll probably just age up with the tower, but we'll see how Tit plays it. Let's just take a quick look at his deck. He does have Spanish gold in his deck. That's kind of thing you want to look out for, I suppose. And France, I imagine, has a pretty standard deck as well. Yeah, as standard as it gets, I suppose. I don't know if Spain was going really all in. Maybe he'd want like 4 goons, but that's kind of a weird shipment. Maybe some Halbj. All right, what's going on here? So Sambi got himself a little dog treasure, and Tit got himself a little wolf treasure and a gnat post treasure. And oh wait, I got him confused again. See, dude, these darn colors in the civ flags. At any rate, Sambi kind of prompted Tit to train a war dog. That's the story there. And chopping enough wood in transition for a second trading post. So I wonder, the governor, I think that this is food age up. Yeah, because he's mining 300. So I think he's going, oh no, this is nothing like I expected. Okay. I thought he was going to age food and like do a stagecoach FF, but no, he's dropping an immediate stable and doesn't even know what's here yet. He's got the dog scouting, but just unfortunate for him, missing the pertinent area, shall we say. My throat. Yo, let's take a look at these minor nats real quick. Minor civs. House of I don't know, Jagalon? Jagalon? I don't know. The big button macros for you, pretty cool. You got some cav archers, pretty interesting, and some lancers with dual armor and nothing that seems yeah, nothing that seems like it'll be super relevant. House of Oldenburg spawns a hot air balloon. I mean, that just gives you cool points right there, but cool points don't win you the game unless you're streaming, I suppose. I don't think either civ's really going for the minor civ, so let's kind of focus on what we're seeing. Sambi going for a little dual racks here. Actually just making only musks. What? And shipping 3 Hus? What the? Okay. Looks like he went force CDB 700 wood 3 Hus now? Huh. It's gonna give him a lot of units. These players are playing this matchup like they've played it against each other on the ladder. You know, which is pretty interesting. Has Tit really... Tit sees the 1 racks, but he doesn't know that there's 2 racks. And he's going to have a lot of Hus and rods that aren't going to be great versus just musks. If you look at that batch, I think that can tell you that there are 2 racks there. But, you know, maybe he's not looking super hard. And I don't know. The scores are already kind of in favor of Sambi. This is... But with a good Minutemen pop and maybe some Vils tanking... But he's just going to lose a Vil outright, and this might actually be pretty good for Sambi. What's he doing behind here? He's just doing normal things. Just like no crossbows out for for Tit. And of course, Spain being Spain, they only ship melee units, right? They can't ship crossbows like a lot of civs. So this double racks opening is actually maybe not as risky as I sort of initially thought. And getting nice trades here, I think. Trying to pull with the Cav, maybe. Yeah, I think he's like actually just totally fine to fight this. And shipping bows behind this. Guy, this is a really nice fight for Sambi. I mean, the Minutemen are getting a lot of damage in here, but whoa! All right, the game didn't like that. I tell you what, these wrecks sure are weird. So in this like, oh hey, yo Noel, gifting some subs, hell yeah! I got the dono alert to work. Love to see it. Love to see it. Gifting 5 subs. One of those to Garya and Tabin. Let's go. I think that this is it too early to call it? This is looking like a Sambi dub. Decisive game 7. Whoa, Kevin's gifting 5 subs. Let's go. We get to hear that alert go off now for a long time, but you know, it's not too bad. Thank you. Thanks guys. I am Isak. Thank you for the money. You know, the community should be thanking you, right? I don't get the money, but I felt weird saying thank you, so I guess I should. I'm going to talk about the game again. This tower's going down. Now, Tit's trying to do a little multitask, right? When the game is looking a little dire, you want to try to complicate things. You want to try to pressure your opponent into making some mistakes. So he's trying to complicate the game by going for some raids. And it looks like he's going to get 1 Corps de Bois for his efforts, but no, doesn't quite notice it in that CDB sneaking past. Meanwhile, all these musketeers are just sort of laying waste to these houses. Tit is currently popped and he's shipping 8 pike. Probably not what you want versus this 100% musketeer army. It's I don't know. This is looking like Sambi's, how do you say, Sambi's game to lose, to win. I think Sambi's gonna win. He's in a good spot. We should say, and wow, a hype train is close. A hype train is close. Choo choo. My name used to be like K-Train, and on stream I would blow a little train whistle. I wish I had it. I wish I had it on my desk, but Tit's trying. You know, he's trying, but see, Sambi is a bit of a little multitasker himself, you know? Sambi can multitask himself, and really nice. You know, not even overreacting and pulling all the vills off, but only the one getting targeted. Like I said, I've actually been really impressed with Sambi's play. But if we just do a quick must count, so 23 for Tit. And 37 for Sambi, and you know, some vills going down. You know, the Huss and base aren't really doing much, and yeah, this is the scores agree. This is looking good for Sambi. Even getting stagecoach, right? Just and getting ready to age, and he's getting ready to age, and he's not going to overcommit here and lose his army. He's just playing it safe. My voice is going to die. And we got a whole nother best of 7 after this. Very exciting. And that button has been clicked. Yeah, it's really 3-3. This is game 7. And what can Tit do to get back into it? I'm really at a loss. He's going to try to age, which I suppose is the only thing he can try to do. But he's down vills, he's down military, he's going to be down in age, he's down TBs, He's down Stagecoach. You know, so it looks like we're gonna have to call Sambi top 8 Sambi from now on. Know what I mean? No, you know, kind of like top 8 Tadir, right? However, but Sambi's probably better than Tadir. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely the dark horse of this weekend's qualifier. You know, I don't think people expected to see him here. Damn, Noel gifting 10 subs. Fuck. Probably confirming the embezzlement theory that or the laundering or the no tax Noel. We call him no tax Noel. I don't know why. It's all going over my head. I don't. This game seems over to me too. I don't even know what else to say. But the Falc's coming out. A little Vet Musk getting made. A little kind of more sub dono alerts in the background, and and he's getting treasure, dude. Why not? Yeah, why not pick up 75 coin? Even training some cures. Just doing everything to put this one in the bag, IMO. And unfortunately for Spain, they don't have access to that fast age politician that French do. So he clicked up later, and he's gonna take even longer to age. And you know, by that time, he might not even have a town center. It depends on if Sambi's gonna pull trick these Falc's or not. They didn't have that in 2008, and you know these. Yep, and it could be a rough one here, but you never know. Miracles happen. Yeah, 5 cures are gonna come out too. Well, probably not actually. Oh yeah, no, he queued the 5th one. Yeah, so the TC's dead. TC's dead, I think. That's a dead TC. Tet's gonna try to. He's gonna really try now to complicate the position, but oh, I thought he was gonna try to base trade. Yeah, dude, you can just keep shooting the TC. You can do whatever you want. You can go AFK for the next 10 minutes. Actually, probably not. Actually, probably if you go AFK for 10 minutes, you're probably losing the game. This one's looking good score-wise. So it's a pretty good score. And a little. Probably sounds like ass on your end, but I'm clapping into the mic. A little round of applause for the boy Sambi. I mean, you know, he's taking it. And yeah, okay. Questionable inputs I'm putting into the microphone, Sampu. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. A little round of applause for Sambi. Going to be our first confirmed qualifier for the Kings of the Old World tournament. So big, hold on. See sound effect. Couldn't have said it any better myself. Big congratulatory music pulling out here for the big dub from Sambi over Tit. Best of 7 too, you know? I mean, had to play a lot of different civs. And I thought it showed some really good strategies and stuff. I like here, pretty good strat, but maybe a little questionable what Tit did. Yeah, GGWB all. So I'm gonna refill my water, guys. I'm gonna, we're just gonna chill, and after this we have our final qualifying match of the day: Keister versus Opti. So that's gonna be a pretty big hype there. So, all right, BRB gentlemen and ladies. and everything in between.